Music is King is dropping on the 15th of December at the Ticket Pro Dome. He is arguably South Africa's best export, multi-award-winning, crowd-pleasing king of house music in the country. He's in studio with us for a cup of coffee. It is Black Coffee. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, well done. Congratulations.
Why did you put milk on my coffee?
I was told it was going to be a cappuccino.
It's all good.
So you do take your coffee as black coffee as well?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Well, thanks for joining us for a cup of coffee.
Thank
We're
you,
glad
man.
we're glad we could get you in here. You are a busy man. You're fully booked in South Africa at the moment. Your December is not going to be a holiday time for you.
So, what's the relaxing thing that Black Coffee does to just shut off, to just
Not
regenerate?
music-related.
Not music related. Just
It's just staying home. You know, when I take time off, I try to divide it between like traveling, which is like go to a holiday destination, half of it, then half of it being home.
Yeah.
You know, my mind is a little bit tricked by all the traveling, so it always feels like I'm working.
Yeah.
The minute I get on a plane, even if it's for vacation, I always feel like, so when I'm home, that's when I feel more relaxed. Even if I work
At home.
locally, that's where I feel more relaxed when I'm around. So I stay home, try to do nothing.
Yeah.
But then doesn't the family then tire you out as well?
The family is holiday, man.
Oh, nice.
You know, the family brings, the important factor actually. It helps, to know that I'm home. It really helps.
But there is actually no feeling like it. Like when you're home, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
Even
man.
if it's stressed, there's nothing
Yes.
relaxes you more like it.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yes. To a point, sometimes I travel with the family overseas and
Just to have
it's
them
not
close
as
to you.
relaxing.
But you have them close to you. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not as relaxing as being with them at home.
Yeah.
So home is where the heart is.
Yeah.
Lucky just recently announced that he's going to be having a baby boy.
Wow, man.
The first one. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing, man.
You've got a few kids
Congratulations.
under the belt. Do you have
All-
any advice for
All
him?
boys. Not really. I think God gave us that strength to be parents, and no one can teach you to be one.
yeah.
All kids are different. Like all mine are different. So I have different approaches.
Which one's most like you?
The old one,
Yeah. The one who's turning 18 now.
he's 19.
He's 19 now. Okay.
Yeah, he not just in the way he looks, but how his brain functions as well.
He's very similar
So
to you.
even at times where he exhausts me, and I'm like, but I see myself, the way the decisions he make, even the mistakes he makes sometimes. I'm like, so I try not to be as hard on him,
Yeah.
The others are still a little, so they bounce in between.
Yeah. Between you and your wife.
Yeah, it's funny enough. I was driving the other day, getting food in the drive-thru, and the ladies that were serving me, they're like, "Oh, Black Coffee! Oh, look at his baby! You look like your mommy." And he was like, "No, I don't." He actually does, and I'm like, "Why?" He says, "I don't have giant eyelashes."
They're so innocent though, eh?
Yeah.
I just want to know, what's the hardest lesson you've learned as a parent though? Because there's some things that obviously that you're right. People can't teach you how to parent, but there
Yeah.
are some things that you didn't expect.
It's sometimes being friends with them can
Yeah.
backfire.
Yeah.
Not just on them, but on yourself, because, the outlook, how you see them, it's always a little bit tough to cross the line back into parent mode,
Yeah.
when you're so cool. And now it's time to discipline,
Yeah.
so it takes its toll. So now you have to really disconnect, and it shocks them like, whoa, I thought we were cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are, but I'm your father.
But I'm your father, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's cool to be friends with your kids, but to a certain extent,
Okay.
yeah.
You love music. Have you got your kids to love music?
Not really. I actually avoid it. Like at home, you will never, hear black coffee music unless we don't even have radio. You know how I grew up with radio in the house and it was constantly playing. We don't even have that at home. Like we don't have music constantly playing. There's no black coffee poster or picture in the house. We have family pictures. Our environment is like a family environment.
Yeah.
And then I bought a piano, and then they started showing interest in the piano,
Yeah.
and one started really like learning how to play like his own songs. And I thought, okay, it's kids,
Yeah.
So I have, like, he has a teacher now who comes twice a week, to teach him how to play piano. But I think it's just for leisure than anything.
Yeah.
It's not for, I want to be a piano master.
Yeah.
So they love music. And at first I didn't even want to entertain that. But
That kind of sort of.
yeah.
What about like movies? Do you like have like Sunday night movies with the family? Like, do you guys like the same movies, you and your kids?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, we have. Just last week, we were watching The Incredibles.
Oh, was it number 2? The sequel. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And what's funny is it's a family, so I have 4 kids and I live with 2,
Yeah.
so it.
But it's exactly your story because
That's what I
the
was
kids
saying.
are trying to be heroes like their parents.
That's
But
what
the
we were
parents are
watching
trying to,
that.
Yeah.
How the little one says everything the older one says, and that's exactly how it is at home.
Yeah.
He just mumbles whatever his brother's saying. It was really nice to watch. So we do have movie nights, and I try to do the traditional things, like family things with them, even though I'm not so like traditional, and my wife tries to bring me in,
Yeah.
and it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all worth it. Okay.
Let's talk about the music a little bit. You've done incredible work in your own space, but then you've also done incredible collabs. You've worked with almost everyone that you've wanted to. There's been Instagram posts of you working with Pharrell.
Yeah.
You've done stuff with Diplo,
Swiss Beats, Alicia Keys.
Drive with David Guetta.
Yeah.
We've also heard that you don't dislike any type of music.
Yeah.
Could we see you go down like a country route? Could you collab with like a Tim McGraw or something?
I don't know, man. I don't know. For me, it depends on the song. If a song hits me, like a simple example is the late Avicii doing
Wake Me Up.
There you go.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming.
Yeah.
And even when it came out, they were like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Until it really hit, home.
Yeah.
That's where I am. I'm not gonna say I don't want to do this genre, but I could do a song without a kick, and this song could be so big. Just like what Avicii did.
Yeah.
So it could happen. If the song talks to me, and like I slept at 4:00 in the morning working on a song I'm doing with an artist called Gashi.
Yeah.
And Gashi is like a new guy, hip hop, hardcore, but he's done a beautiful song where he's singing, and so when I met him in studio, he was like performing his new album, and he's like, "I want to work with you though, I want to do," and politely I was like, yeah,
Sure. Yeah, we'll get to it.
See if we can work together.
And he's like, "No, are you serious?" I'm like, yeah. Sent the song is out of this world.
Awesome.
So that's it. It's always for me, send me the song. Let me hear the song first. I'm not going to say no if I feel the song. And that's what I'm doing now.
Do you get that feel? So I'm assuming, because I've seen a lot of interviews of you, and when you speak about music, when you hear music that is like, when he sent you that song, is it like the first kiss? It's that, it's that feeling in your stomach that you're just like, oh my goodness, I can't, it's like hearing music for the first time. You're just like, what?
Yeah, like last week I was sent a song, at New Sam Smith and Diplo.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, they want to work with you on the song. listen to it. It's one listen, I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
You know, and there's been instances where the name is cool, but I'm like,
It's not you.
I don't
It's not-
hear myself.
It's
in
not
there.
Black Coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hear myself in there.
And you're never gonna. Yeah.
And no, but it's something I need to, as a producer, grow out of. Because sometimes it's not about me.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have to create life in a song and let it go wherever. I could add elements and, you know, but I'm always scared then to put my name on it.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what producers do. Like I'm working with the most amazing duo they call Stargate. You know, they've done music for everyone, and it's never written featuring Stargate.
Yeah.
You know, they just produce music, put their names on, get their rights, let the song
They
live.
go on, yeah.
You know, that's the space I need to get to eventually.
Yeah.
But for now, because I'm from a different space where I am an artist on my own,
Yeah. People don't. Yeah.
you know, so I need to kind of like
It's a fine
like
line.
we had to fight for, and not in a bad way, but we had to fight for featuring Black Coffee on Drake's album.
Yo. Really?
Yeah, because that's how it works. It's
Because
like,
he's such a big artist.
it's Drake,
you should
yeah.
just be happy that he's using your sound.
Yeah, but because I'm an artist on my own, I'm not just a producer. So if I was a producer, I would have been like, yeah, it's cool. You know, we had to like really.
Excuse me, I made this song like 10 years
There
before
you go.
using
Listen,
it,
did
bro.
Puffy give him a call? Was Diddy like, yo?
No. Like it wasn't like a big thing. you
Yeah.
know, but it was management.
you
to
had to.
management.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, this is how we would like it to
Yeah.
be done, and it's like we're not sure. We're like, no, this
It needs to be done. Yeah.
is how it's gonna be done.
Okay.
And what you need to understand when you work on a project like Drake's or Rihanna's, they do like maybe 50 songs, and you'd think I'm in until the day the album comes and
You
the
see,
song
you're not,
you've made,
you're not in.
and it was so dope.
Yeah.
And then it's like, that's why they don't care. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna bring issues, then you might not make the cut.
Yeah.
You know, it's that easy.
It's that hectic.
Yeah, it's very simple for them.
Well, talking about working with big artists, you work with David Guetta on what's it called again?
Drive.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I just want to ask you something. When you walked into the studio, did you see a resemblance between my friend Greg here and David Guetta?
I see it now.
He actually.
Wow. Let me take a picture, man. I'm gonna send this to him.
Because Coffee, Greg was stopped in a
I
mall.
was walking through a mall, and a lady came up to me with a flyer and said, "Hey, would you like to enter our David Guetta lookalike competition?"
Oh,
And I was like, "What?" And I never thought I looked like him. And then Lucky was like, "Dude, you look
like him, yeah. I reckon if we take a photo with you and Black Coffee now, and he'd say, "Hey,
drop an album."
Yeah.
David Guetta's
like
in
David
the
is in
building."
town. David is in town.
David's in
Yeah.
town
Yeah.
for Music is King.
You think he's got a bit of a similar look, eh?
I'm taking him now.
It's that big nose, bro.
I'm taking him now.
It's that big nose. Have you ever been starstruck? Because, I mean, you're around all these big names. You're running in massive circles in LA, in Ibiza. Has there been a moment where you've gone, "Oh, flip, that's so-and-so"?
I don't know. You know, I think
Or do you play it cool?
no. I don't think it's being starstruck, but more than being aware that I'm in the presence of someone.
So
you know.
great, yeah. Like, have you met DiCaprio? Like, I would be freaking out. Like, because he's you in movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that big. That's who he is.
Yeah. I don't know. The first time I met Drake was like first week of October.
Yeah.
Even though we've worked on the song, we had never met.
Yeah.
So I met him. He came to the gig I was playing, and everyone was excited there. This is in Vegas. Like Drake said, he's coming.
Yeah.
He's gonna come to your show. He's coming, and he came. And I was playing, and he was there. And then he came over. And while I was playing, I stopped a little bit. I went to him, and I shook his head, and he held my hand, and he bowed, and he said, "Legend."
Oh.
Like that's my first experience with Drake. Like that's what he said. You know, last week I was in LA. We had been talking with Usher, meet Usher for the first time. We're going to studio, and as soon as I pull up, he drives in. We're using the back entrance. I'm getting off Uber. He's driving in his parking. He walks out his car and he says, "Man, first thing," he says, "I almost wore the same T-shirt." You know, so that's another thing in the music world. We understand how, you know, big are the fans, you know, the success, but we somehow relate in
a way.
Yeah.
Because you're all human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I have to be honest with you, like you were here, I don't know, but maybe 2 months ago, you were in the building, you had an interview.
Yeah.
And I walked past you and I came around the corner, I was like, oh, what's that black? No, that was black. And then I was like, I should go back and get a photo. I was like, no,
let me be cool.
Let him be cool.
No, it's I don't know. There's that mutual respect thing, and I don't get starstruck, but I am always aware that I'm in the presence of someone amazing. You know, like 2 weeks ago, I was also at Puff's house. He had a party, and Snoop was there.
Yeah,
Snoop and Wiz Khalifa.
Oh.
And I've been seeing Wiz Khalifa in different. First, I met him at Puff's house in Miami. Introduced, cool. Then I met him in LA. There was an event, like a little after party that Virgil was doing. He was also there. But I didn't say anything. I didn't go to him or anything. I saw him.
Yeah.
And then I got to Puff's house. He was there. And there's something about him being so normal. That
like
I was
just down to earth.
And I was saying to my friends, like, this guy, every time I see him, and when we walked into Puff's house, we saw French Montana. Yeah. We are in the house, but he was with bodyguards, like following him everywhere. And Wiz Khalifa was standing there with the people. And I was saying, this guy, every time I see him, he's within the people. He looks so comfortable and so calm. And, you know, then we went inside and he was sitting down and Snoop was standing. And they're together, they're friends. And I was watching him and he stood up for Snoop. You know, he stood up and he told Snoop to sit.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
That's respect, yeah.
You know, and I went to him.
Yeah.
You know, just waited and I went to him. I'm like, yo, you know, I've seen you.
I've been watching you
a couple of times, you know. I came here to just show love, you know, and, you know, just appreciation of the person that you are. And I just saw what you did now.
Yeah.
You know, and he was like, wow, man, thank you. And I actually remember meeting you for the first time at Puff's. He remembered all these things. Like, I saw you at Virtual's thing, even though we don't talk, you know. So there's always like certain type of acknowledgement and respect.
Yeah.
You know, that's always there, you know. And it's more we people.
Yeah.
There's so obviously, I mean.
But I think I would be starstruck if I met Jay-Z.
Oh, yes.
I think so.
You think you will be? Yeah.
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 In fact, I was a bit shaken when I met Puff for the first time. But he also overwhelmed me, you know. He has a very strong personality.
Yeah. You can see he's a big...
He's got an aura about him.
Yeah, and what also happened is very funny. On social media, he was posting his Ibiza. Yeah. And I was talking to my manager. I'm like, you know, Puff Daddy's in town. He's like, okay. Like, imagine if you could, come to the gig. You know, we laughed about it.
Yeah.
And then at the gig I played, and then after playing, I went to the bar, was walking back, and I just saw an entourage in the booth where I was going back to. And I was trying to figure out.
Someone stole my seat.
Yeah, like I saw Naomi Campbell.
Yeah.
You know, I saw Cassie was there.
Yeah.
And then I was still trying to figure out. And as I was walking closer, this guy said, yo, Puff, this is the guy I was telling you about.
Oh, wow.
So and I look back, he just came to me, you know, and he was like, "Yo, man," I didn't even know what to say. Like it happened so fast.
Yeah.
You know, so I couldn't keep my cool like
About it, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that's it, man. And I've met guys like Pharrell, who's like a big icon to me, but who's so chilled
Yeah.
that you don't feel overwhelmed. You know, there's that welcoming aura about him, and you just
They make you feel
it's like you've known each other
forever,
You
yeah.
just carry on a conversation that seems like it started a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, but that's it. But I think meeting Jay-Z, I think the same thing would happen. You know.
So we obviously get to interview amazing artists such as yourself. So when I'll say to my family, oh man, we got to meet, David Beckham, we got to meet Black Coffee, whatever. So I have this thing, like my sister is the one that grounds me, that puts me back to earth.
Yeah.
She'll be like, yeah, you're at the family house now, you're not a
You
celebrity.
can still
you're not
fetch me a Savannah.
You can still go give me a drink. In fact, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to know who's that in your family that humbles you.
There's no one that needs to.
No. We know. That's the thing is, one thing we know about you is that you're a very humble person.
There's no one. Like I was saying earlier, how my house is set up. Like, there's no such thing where, it's a Black Coffee house.
Yeah.
It's our family, place. No one is dominant than the other.
Yeah.
My mom's place in Durban is the same thing. No one really, and I see myself as the same person. So I can't walk in and be like, "Mom, make me some tea."
Oh, that would never happen.
You know what I mean?
Mom, can I make you some tea?
That's how it is, and that's forever gonna remain, man. There's no need for
that.
anyone to say, "Yo, come down."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a humble person, and you take your business seriously. We've noticed today alone, you've been here. I think you've churned out 3 or 4 interviews before you've got to us.
I've been at it, yeah.
And not only that, you were like super, super early for everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Lucky and I've been, I think the word's disrespected a few times by local artists.
Yeah.
On an international scene, is punctuality a thing, or is it a you thing? Is it a Black Coffee thing?
No, it's not a thing there, man. I've seen them. It depends on ethic, different people do different things. There's superstars that will show up, like Pharrell.
Yeah.
He said studio at 11. I got there. He had been there from 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And then some you get there. I've had stories of artists who say 10 o'clock and come 12 midnight.
Oh.
They don't show up.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And then, but the studio's booked for a week. So it's 10 o'clock every day in the morning. And then they don't show up the whole week. So it's more a personal thing, and it's about how much do you want this thing, if you want this thing and you've always been wanting this thing for the longest time, and now you have it, and you understand how precious this thing is, and you understand how precious other people's time is as well outside yours. Then you're gonna come, make sure that everyone's happy. You're going to respect your work, you're going to respect your job, and you're going to respect other people's times. I never understand people who say, okay, I'll do it, and they don't.
Yeah.
And I've seen it happening more locally, where guys feel like, I don't need it. I'm big enough.
Yeah.
It's we are in an industry that has like all the industries, all the professions. Some you go to school, you get a degree, then you're at a certain level.
Yeah.
You do a second degree, then you're
A higher level.
You do your master's,
Yeah.
you do your PhD. With music, there's no route to take. It depends on the entire career depends on where you are, you could meet the right person. As big as you are, like I've met an artist called Gregory Potter, just
Yes.
3 times.
Yes.
Our producer
And-
in that booth is a huge fan. If you
Huge
turn
fan.
around, look at
Yeah,
her
man.
huge grin on her face. She loves Gregory Porter.
I've met him 3 times in 3 different airports. And first time it was here, he was coming to perform for the first time. And he was going to Cape Town, and I was flying, I think, to Devon. And I saw him, and I ran to him, you know. And I got there, I was like, hi, man, I'm sorry, I'm a big fan. Can I take a picture with you?
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, yeah, of course. And while we were taking a picture, then people started coming. And he was a little bit confused, you know. As soon as we were done, they started asking for pictures.
With you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, and I didn't say anything about music.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I let him go. And then I met him in London at the airport. I went to him and I said, hi, we've met. We've taken this picture before.
Yeah.
Can we take another one? And also one thing, one day we're going to work together, you know.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago when I was staying in LA, I met him at the airport in LA.
Yeah.
And before I could say, he was like, I remember you. You know, and we took another picture and I said the same thing. Like, one day we're going to work together. You know, it's that industry where it might happen, it might not.
Yeah.
You know, it depends who you meet, you know, who might have a liking. It's not guaranteed that if you're the biggest artist now, that means you're going straight to work with Beyonce.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so whatever you have to really look after it. You have to nurture it, you know, because we don't even have workshops where we sit down as artists and other artists can sit down and say, Black Coffee, how did you even collaborate with David?
Yeah.
How do I get there?
Yeah.
And I say, look, this is how, you know, we don't create such platforms.
Yeah.
You know, it's a small industry, but it's also a big industry.
Yeah.
You know, you have big corporations making a lot of money. You know, like I've been saying in other interviews, I performed on Sunday on Idols, you know, finale.
Yeah.
They were proud to like announce that they had like 32 million votes. That's millions of friends.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like such big corporates that are making so much money, you know, if they can put back at least 5 more rands
Yeah.
Yeah.
out of those millions, just 5 more rands into the industry they're benefiting from.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
creating an environment where they can help the industry.
Yeah.
You know,
Give back to the industry.
you know, they can help the industry. Like on Sunday, that kid who won is the most popular person in the country.
Yeah.
This week, there's no one more famous this week.
Yeah.
You know, and can you imagine how overwhelming that is emotionally and what he thinks he is? You know, next week it's gone.
Yeah.
Idols is looking for the next idol.
Yeah.
You know, it's looking to make the next big check, which is cool.
But then
You know, it would be amazing to also invest back in the culture that you're taking from.
Yeah.
You know, so we need conversations. We need to create platforms where we can all sit down and talk, because our industry, like I said, you don't need a degree to know where you are,
Yeah.
what level. You know,
You tried to launch an app.
Yes.
Has it worked? Has it got an uptake on that? Because what I understand about the app is that it's about that. It's about submitting work and other people being able to see where you're at with it.
That's it. It's called Gongbox. I think we hope I don't get in trouble with the people I'm working with. I think in 6 weeks we may be launching. Basically, what it is, it's a platform for anyone to put their music on. You know, it's not a record label. It's like a store. You know, you have an album, put it here. You know,
So you can be independent.
That's
and
what I
then-
want.
And then so it's on the app, and then if I listen to it and I'm a record label, I can go, hey,
Not even.
not even.
Not even. No. Like,
If you're a music producer, you can say, "Hey man, I
Own
really
your
like what you
master.
did that."
Oh, okay.
own your master.
Okay.
If it's there, it's selling.
That's dope.
That's business.
That's
the-
really cool.
If it's there, it's selling. I'm saying, look, as Africans, we come a long way.
Yeah.
Where we've always been waiting for help, like someone to save us, someone to create a platform to sell our music. iTunes came, we've been waiting for Spotify.
Yeah.
They're going to come save us. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they come, they plug in, but they're plugging in. If you go and click on Spotify today, you're going to see America's biggest artists still.
Yeah. To
'Cause
see
that's their business model.
Yeah.
They hear for themselves.
Yeah.
Which is business. It's
Yeah.
not a bad thing. I'm trying to create a platform for Africa where we're taking back the power. We are owning our music 100%.
Yeah.
People will come to me and say, I have a talent. Can you sign me onto your label? We want to undo that culture where you want someone else to help you. We say, help yourself.
Help yourself. Put yourself out there. Yeah.
Create your own destiny. Here's a platform. You don't need a record label anymore.
Yeah.
Be your own
Record label. Yeah.
Then you own your entire catalog. So we're creating a platform like that where we're taking the power back to the artists, basically.
Talking about fresh music, we know that you record a lot of stuff on your phone. That if you come up with an idea, you're on the plane, you're at the airport, you record it on your phone. Do you have anything that is
A beat.
a melody?
No, it's never beats.
It's never finished. We know that. We know it's
never
Just
beat. It's
individual.
like-
tidbits.
It's like,
But is there an idea? Is there?
I'm trying to see.
Hopefully not that.
No, it sounds terrible.
No, this is open space. This is you don't have to worry. We're not going to judge black coffee. Not in this room.
No, like I'm going through them. Like I'm trying to find one that's not gonna embarrass me. See if I hear such things. So I keep them. Like if I hear something, even out of nowhere in my head, then I will sing it. Then I keep it.
You keep it in your.
And hopefully, if I remember and I'm in studio,
You try and recreate it.
yeah, I
Put it
start-
together, cut it together. Yeah.
So that's how. I mean, some ideas come like in different places, and
Yeah.
I can't just switch on my laptop, and so I use my phone to keep ideas.
Do you ever have because you're obviously saying now you hear the beats or the melody or you're thinking about it, but do you ever think in the sense of, ooh, this would be a great story for a song?
Yeah,
Is it like a like a movie as a beginning, middle, end?
Yeah.
It's about a guy who's traveling and he loses his bag and he finds this beautiful woman.
here's
So-
one. I was in studio last week with this amazing top liner. Oh, they call them top liners, like songwriter.
Yeah.
Her name is Josie.
Yeah.
In LA. She's actually coming for Global Citizen. I've never seen someone that talented. Josie will sit in a room when you're making a song, programming a song, and that's what they do. While you're programming, they start just mumbling melodies. When she's ready, then you put her in the booth. Then she will mumble the entire song,
Yeah.
melodies and sometimes words, and then she comes back in, and what you do then is, out of the entire mumbling, you pick up the best melodies
Yeah.
that she was mumbling. We like this one.
Yeah.
Let's keep this one.
Yeah.
And then she will take all those melodies and write words. So you come back and discuss, okay, what is the song going to be about?
Yeah.
And then, so we were recording a song and she mumbled. I loved the entire mumbling.
Yeah.
I'm like, the
I
entire
want it
thing
all.
you sang,
It's good.
let's make this a song.
Yeah.
And then we discuss what the song is going to be about. So when you're saying a story before the song,
Yeah.
and so we created a song out of a story where a song is about a girl a girl and the guy has been trying to get with this girl for a long time, and she wasn't giving in. And finally she did. Then the following day, the guy disappeared.
Yo.
So this song is about this girl saying, you know, I have 10 missed calls, but none from you. You know, so we saw the movie. Like, I created a storyline of I'm like, imagine you waking up the following day, leaving a voicemail because this guy is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
And so the song is called 10 Missed Calls. She's basically leaving a long voicemail to this guy. You know, so that's how the video is.
Yeah,
you know,
cool.
so she wakes up and then she calls and goes on voicemail.
Yeah.
Then she's like singing on the phone, but getting ready. You know, she walks outside the house on the street, but it's the entire song.
Yeah.
Leaving a voicemail. You know, like, I have 10 missed calls, but I want one from you. You know? So sometimes it happens that there's a story before the song.
Before the song, yeah.
You know, so she sang it so well that we might not even get it like an artist singer.
Yeah, to do it because she's done it so well.
Yeah. So, but
Awesome.
it's that song that you'd want to have a video of before.
Of course.
So it makes sense
So
to
drop
Yeah,
at
like
the
when
same
it drops,
time.
you know,
Yeah.
you watch it and it's, yeah.
Do you find playing in front of a South African crowd is like a football team playing at a home ground?
Yes, sir.
The last
But
couple weekends.
it has become challenging. Not. It depends on an environment where I'm booked. So if you're gonna take me to a gig, and let me not say where, I don't want to offend people, but in a gig where it's a big bash, you know, and the entire industry is there, you know, from glam artists to hip hop, and then you're gonna put me in the middle of that to play. I'm gonna be very uncomfortable, sound wise.
Yeah.
You know, so we've kind of like stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Like, instead of doing that, let's make our own shows, which is why I'm doing a tour where we curate what we want.
Yeah.
You know, we choose the artists we want to open. This is why we created Sundays in Braamfontein.
Yeah, Republican 94.
Yeah, we want
I've just
to.
seen videos on Instagram.
It's
there,
crazy.
and that's why I asked you the question, because the crowd is
No,
worshipping
no,
you. It's amazing.
Crazy. It's crazy. And that night is not even about me. It's about the scene that is kind of like becoming non-existent, you know, and the future of South African house music. So we're trying to find all these kids. Because when I'm traveling, I'm playing music from like local producers that are so unknown because their songs don't make it on radio or anywhere else. So these are the people we're trying to bring there, like the future sound of South African
Africa,
house music.
I mean, the reason I think you are so big is because you took what everybody in South Africa was at the time creating, and you took it a little bit further, and international hadn't heard it, and that's why they love your sound. That's why everybody's
it's very
praising you for it,
unique.
because it's unique, but it's so South African, it's so African, and so beautiful to it.
I want to quickly ask you a fun one. You mentioned idols. If you were a skinny 18-year-old and you had to go stand in front of the judges, what would be the song you'd sing?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't go there. But that's always the tricky one. You know, as someone who's in music, that's what makes or break you, the song you choose. Because it's not just the melody, or it's not just the range. It's also like the delivery. How are you gonna... Some songs, like if you choose a Whitney Houston song, she sings it in a particular way. So even if you are a great singer, we hear her already.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, it's never gonna match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And those are the mistakes people make. I'm like, don't choose that one. Choose a song with a beautiful melody that was simply done.
Yeah.
And make it better.
Yeah.
Don't choose a song that was like she had done 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't care how amazing you are. You're not going to match that because in our minds, it's embedded already. You know, we know how it sounds, and whatever you do, we're like,
When anyone ever does a Whitney Houston, you're like, no, dog.
don't do it.
You're dead.
No, yeah, don't do it. You know, like take a song with a beautiful melody that, you know, sometimes like a country song, which is always well written, you know, then make that better.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm an extremely shy person. Extremely, and I think I've done so well with having a career that I have
Yeah.
to come out, and try have conversation with people.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm done here, I run back home, and that's it.
Yeah.
I had to learn to be social. I'm not a very social person. I could never go and stand
In front of a crowd.
when I walk into a DJ booth. Till today, I don't look at people
Yeah.
until I'm like 20 minutes in,
And you look up.
and it's something that I'm getting better at.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. People scare me.
Yeah.
But it's the music. The music is the calling. So I have to kind of like learn to, be out there. But when I walk in, I will look down. I will do my thing. As soon as I get comfortable, then I'll start looking up a little bit. So I could never go and stand and sing in front of anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coffee, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. Thank
you,
with our
gents.
lights, with our cameras.
Yes,
Yeah.
man. Thank you
Thank
for
you
the
so
coffee,
much for
man.
coming
It's really
through.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank
Music
you.
is King, 15th of December. Ticket Pro Dome. It's happening. It's going to be huge. We got Swiss Beats. We got Black Coffee. We got so many artists.
Otherwise, just look at Real Black Coffee on Instagram or Twitter. The full lineup of the December epic
Yes.
that is coming
Can't
up
wait,
is
man.
there.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That's cool, Chen.